Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back once again to another episode of Natural Wonders, episode 30 this week. Hello, Shiny Sophie, we see you there in the chat. Episode 30, Triple X, baby. The lightsaber.
It's the horny episode.
It's not the horny episode. Every episode's a horny episode. The lightsaber had some leftover batteries from the Halloween party, so I figured we'd have that on until it runs out of charge. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this week's shout-outs as usual. I am your host, Lambent Rain. I stream stuff sometimes, so come and check me out if you want to see more of me. Jamie, go on, you go next, bud.
Okay, that was good. I was about to put food in my mouth. JM12_ on Twitch. You see a lot of sports content from me. Formula 1 mainly, a bit of Football Manager. Our F1 League is now officially back up and running. We returned last week where Mitchell is well, I say co-host, he's main host and commentates on the races while I drive. It's good fun. You should be there, 8 o'clock tomorrow.
Woohoo! Awesome. Ewan, go on, bud.
Oh god, you always catch me just as I'm putting out the tweet. Boom! D&D.
Yeah.
Every Sunday on Dirty 20 Live. That really kind of sums it up. We play with Mitch, Sam, and Jay, as well as a few of our other friends. As I always say, it's getting interesting. Every time just gets a little bit more and more fascinating now. I changed up the word this week. And Mitch just got his new character out, which is great.
Yeah!
Looking forward to using that. But this Sunday, I do believe, at 4 PM GMT now. No longer British summertime.
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
It's all changed.
because of
It's
the
not summer.
clocks?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, 'cause clocks have come back.
The
Oh,
dreaded clocks.
I didn't realise that changed the 3 little letters there. I didn't realise that was the thing.
Well,
Never
but
mind.
it's just the British summertime is the time that it changes to at summer, so that we in Britain don't have to change the +1. We can just keep it. We can just keep it in nice letters. But anyway, go on.
Fun fact, the more you know. And that's all the shout-outs. I don't think there's anyone else.
Nah, definitely not.
God, Sam.
Sam JKP on Twitch and YouTube. Stream a lot of Pokemon. There's a new game coming out this month in a couple of weeks, so definitely be streaming a lot of that. Come and hang out in the chat, follow, subscribe.
Follow and subscribe. Awesome. As always, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to keep in touch with us or keep up to date with things Natural Wonders, go ahead and join the Discord. We do post-game talks and things like that in there. And I don't think I have a TikTok command, but all the links to the socials are in the Discord as well. We've been trickling out TikTok stuff and also like YouTube shorts and things like that. So if you want to see more Natural Wonders content, it is there for you. You just have to click a few buttons and you get it, baby. Woohoo! The internet. Right. I think that is all the formalities underway. Of course, sadly no Dean this week. He will be back when he is back. That is kind of where we are at with that at the moment. I am just stalling so I can find my session notes. No, I'm not. I didn't.
Back
Oh.
when he's back. Well,
I did not make session notes last week. Great. Good to know.
Is Windu coming in this episode? You could just say Windu's coming in this session because you've got like a purple lightsaber, right?
Here he comes, baby.
He's alive.
Right, so let's get into it. Last week, in the aftermath of the devastating explosion and kidnapping of your crew member, pilot, and mechanic Zakian Zamazinte, the Chadrafan on his home planet, of course, nowhere else but his home planet, you made your way back into the city where the quick decision was made that actually Zakian's family needed to be helped. They needed to be evacuated as the Kalal deemed it too dangerous and that the Empire would go after them now that Zakian had been captured and Zizi had almost certainly been captured as well. So, under the guise of the game of night crawlers, you managed to sneak the children across town, just in pillowcases, back to the Crate Fang, which puts your crew number of the Crate Fang, just with the kids alone, including you guys, at a solid 49. Actually, Z doesn't really count as like as a mouth to feed, so 48 mouths to feed. Then you had to wait for night for the workday to be done, where you decided you needed to evacuate the rest of his family as well. So another 15 adult Chadra fan headed across the busy city with you. 1 second. I'm muted. Yes, I need to sing happy birthday to my mum.
Yes, happy birthday.
Give me 2 secs, I'll be right out. Bad timing.
Go to BRB and go sing happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday to you.
Basically, you tried sneaking the family across the town, the stormtroopers caught you, you fought the stormtroopers, and then you went back to the Crate Fang, and now you sit there discussing where exactly it is you want to go. I'm going to go sing happy birthday.
Is it name Carol? Is it
Carol, yeah.
Yes, happy birthday, Carol.
Happy birthday.
You guys sing happy birthday as well.
Yeah.
Keep them entertained, boys. I'll be right back.
Birthday.
We're gonna sing completely out of time.
Happy birthday.
I don't want to like judge Mitchell here, but were we not about to be in a space battle when we left this last time?
I think-
Did we not leave
recall
the
that
planet?
happening.
Yeah, I feel like there were TIE fighters going after us. right?
Yeah, and he was like,
Yeah.
that's where we'll leave it.
Oh
So
yeah.
if we want to get out of some combat, we'll just roll with what he said.
He didn't take notes.
He didn't take notes. Fool.
I mean, I do take notes. Let's see what I have at the end of mine.
Who?
Uh,
Does it upset
Okay.
you if I tell you I've not taken one note since we started this?
don't tell him.
I've taken notes.
My last
on-
note is leaving
somewhat.
Chad. So that is about as vague as it gets.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we were leaving.
My
And then-
last note is didn't
You
have to
are off.
fight Strider, ye bitch.
I don't even, what does that mean?
There was
What
the
does that
big-
mean?
As you were leaving the planet, we saw I can't remember the name of him. The big robot.
Oh, Chicken Walker. A Chicken Walker.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the official name, the Chicken Walker.
Yeah, that's
that the
what's
official
down as
name?
mechanic.
You got
Yeah,
the
it is.
Chicken Walker and you got the Dog Walker.
Is that the one that you see in the park every morning?
So one on all fours. Yeah. Praying to the porcelain god.
Right. Hello, boys.
Porcelain god.
Hello, Woody. Thanks for coming and hanging out as always. Daniel as well. Right, let's get on to it. So, recap sorted. You boys sit in now. The crew of the Crate Fang plus a family of 60. I believe you actually took off. You took off and you flew
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, we thought we were about to be in combat.
Yeah, because there was a sound, wasn't there?
There was a sound.
There
You
was
remember
indeed
what
a
the sound.
sound. The screeching of a TIE fighter. But Z, with his expert piloting, managed to get you out into orbit. They flew off and there were no TIE fighters, says Woody. He's trying to help you boys out. So, you are currently outside the atmosphere of Chad as you are heading out. You do hear the sound of TIE fighters, but they're fairly far away behind you. I believe you rolled pretty well on your piloting checks.
Should we roll Destiny?
We should indeed roll
Oh, Destinito.
Destiny. Let me just figure out why the heck this is so small. That's why. Gosh, this changes size every week and it drives me mental.
Is that their little?
Yeah, the
Roblox.
sidebar. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like every week I have to resize it on the stream and I cannot figure out why. Oh, mate. Okay, cool. You can roll though. You can roll, boys.
Oh, Destiny.
Also, the cameras keep freezing. when
Yeah, go Bip Bip.
you're- Yes.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
Double.
Fitting. Bit with the double dark
Everything.
side. Z double light side, Took double light side, and Kalal single light side. Well, I mean, that's pretty good in terms of light side points for you guys this week. So, okay, so
Yes.
you head away from Chad. Where are you going? What is your plan right now?
Oh, we got. Old Mantel.
No.
So, we did say that starting this week, we would be following
Map, right?
the official map in the Edge of the Empire
Oh
book.
yes.
So I don't know if you guys will say that, like, you guys are able to know this information, but you
You
can take
will
some
post that.
time to have a look. Yes, it's in the it's in the
Spanish.
group chat. Yes, that's right.
La Galaxia.
But all the planet names are basically the same.
It's Spanish. Yeah.
So Ewan, do you know exactly where Chad is on here?
I do. It is in R07R
That's perfect.
sector at the top left of the galaxy, and it's under where I think it's Troden or something like that. Is literally right next to there, but it's not on the map.
Oh, it's not on there.
Oh,
there.
which planet is it next to? Sorry,
I think
Targon?
Trogon.
Trogon. Yeah.
There's a lot of
07.
purple
So
lines.
And Jammok or something. It sounds like that.
Joe Mark.
Joe Mark and
Yeah.
Trogan.
Joe
Okay.
Mark, I'm not looking at
Okay. So, I mean, you can see on your, as you guys are like flying away and you open up your, your navigation computer and you look for a super system, you can see there's like a good amount of options here. We'll still go with the same rule that a grid is a day worth of travel. So, I mean, you can see lots of options. What is your plan?
I've got a question.
Yes.
Because I think I might have got. I'm not sure. Whether or not it was just because I'm okay. Let me start that again.
That's fine.
What is happening today? So, during the fight on the planet just before we took off, I remember you narrating that the lightsaber had lit up. Did that get retconned? Did you change that after that had happened? Because he used the Force, didn't?
Bit.
Wait, what?
So you know when
Okay.
you lit your lightsaber and then you force crushed someone.
Yeah.
Did
Well,
you want to retcon either of those things? Because I know you said that wasn't exactly what you meant you wanted to do, but
I mean,
I'm happy to change it.
You used the dark side point to make the lightsaber come out, so I'm going to say
Yes.
that it did come out.
Yep.
Oh, that was
Just apart from instead of
crushing.
force choking him, I
used it.
stabbed the fucker.
So for the sake of going forward, I think that's a fair thing because I got carried away with the description. You used your red lightsaber to slice him in half, we'll say, just like
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There you go.
brutal slash. Okay.
All right.
So you all still have that knowledge of you saw him with a red lightsaber.
No, you don't.
We can't retcon that, I'm afraid. All right, cool. So in this moment, what is your plan, team?
We need to pick a place quick.
We just need to get away from the system at least. Pick somewhere and let's go, and then we can discuss after.
Yeah, we still need to get away quick and then find somewhere more permanent for these things.
You hear the sound of the TIE fighters screeching, getting louder as they're approaching you at high speed. These interceptors clearly meaning to stop you jumping into light speed.
The navigation system and just look for whatever's closest and start plotting there. So just we have a direction.
So, I mean, there are lots of planets in this specific sector.
There's Seleucami. Seleucami's close.
Seleucami, yeah, that's a day away. But you wouldn't have to go the whole way if that's not your plan. If your plan is just
I just want to plot
it's just a headed
somewhere.
direction. So yeah, Seleucami shouts out that.
All right, yeah, and I'm just gonna quickly plot that in and start taking us there.
Cool. So you start. What I want you to do is make a piloting. Is it astrogation? No,
It is
might be astrogation
Well, in
actually.
Space.
or planetary.
Space.
Option, so
Is there a thing
space.
called astrogation? Is that a skill?
There is, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's a skill.
Yeah.
Make an astrogation check for me. As you are under the pressure of this moment, you hear this kind of this aggressive screeching sound. You know what that means. Any moment now, these TIE fighters are going to be in range and they're going to start doing damage to your ship. As you, under the pressure of that moment, are inputting the commands. Oh fuck,
Ready?
yeah, I should probably do a dice pool, shouldn't I?
I forgot this stat existed and like haven't put anything into it. So it's
Go
gonna be
ahead.
Interesting.
As you're about to push the lever to head into light speed, you hear the sound as one array of blast gets fired towards you. Let's see if they hit. I'm running off memory here, but I'm pretty sure it was 2 green and 1 yellow for these guys to hit. We'll say that this will be a hard check because I believe they're a silhouette smaller than you guys. I'm running this off of just some weird memory. Let's see if they hit you. They crit.
Shit.
Not only that, but they have
No.
twin. They have the twinned.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Twin
I think
function.
I might have the stats sheet in here, actually.
What planet are we trying? Oh, did you plot a
So
course
so
to?
look at my.
Where is it? I can't see it.
Yeah,
I
on the thing.
can't see it on the thing.
So Lukamai is
It's up
literally
and to the right.
Up in the right. It's very close
Oh,
to
yeah.
Joe Mama.
Close to Joe Mama.
Yo.
Joe Mark.
Wait,
Okay.
where are you looking at?
So on the
Joe-
square...
Oh, so look, right, do you know what? I'm looking at all the ones that are not in bold.
Oh my god, yeah, it's so obvious.
It's
Oh,
right
giant
there.
right there.
It's so obvious.
Okay, so twin laser cannon. Okay, so that is immediately 5 damage as this blast of like sickly green lasers scatters across the back of your ship. So you take twin means
right,
it
so-
doubles. Does twin just double the damage,
I don't remember. Let me look for you quick.
or does it mean I think it means it hits twice, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So it would be 10 damage total. As they hit some of your vital systems, and you hear like small explosions, the ship rocks. You hear the sound of Zakin's entire family scream. Those of you not in the cockpit, you see like the family start hugging each other, and like some of them fall down to the ground and look after the children. It is a pretty intense scene in there. So we're gonna swap to this music. So you take 10 damage.
Then let me check how much we've got damage with actually. Okay, we were fully healed anyways.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
are we
your ship's all
okay?
Yeah,
Gucci.
we're alright.
Yeah, we're alright. We're alright.
And I am going to roll a crit, but I'm just trying to look for the
Oh yeah, crit. Fuck.
crit because there is a separate critical injury table for space, I believe.
You know hyperspace.
That would be
Oh,
pretty.
that would be-
Then we are fuckhead.
Of course, I don't have the critical injury cheat sheet for spaceships, so let me just critical injury. The Empire ships. I need to get this book like physically. It would be so much easier. Let's see here.
I
No.
think Ewan might be scrambling as well, maybe.
Yeah, I think he's also
I'm
trying to
for it.
help a brother out. But... well, I rolled the D100 to add to the suspense.
Yeah, what you rolled it?
I found it.
65.
65.
Oh, God.
Oh shit, this is the worst it could be.
Oh,
Nav
nav
computer
computer.
failure. It says severity under there. It says an average check. I don't know what that means. Is that to fix it or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
What are
so
the odds?
nav computer failure. Nav computer, or in the case of a ship without nav computer, its R2 unit fails and the ship cannot make the jump to hyperspace.
Oh my god, no!
Fucking
Until
called
the
it.
critical hit is declared.
Could no jump to
If the
hyperspace.
ship
Baby.
fails-
All right. I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
change.
buy a
Basically,
fucking lottery
yeah.
ticket.
Yeah, you need to. Okay, give me a moment just to make a map to prepare a map. We are in combat, which I did not expect
Fuck's
because
sake.
that's the wrong one. We are combat no deem.
No way.
Has this
I did
happened?
not plan for this. I was like, oh, they'll just jump away. Holy
Has
shit.
this
Okay.
happened?
Yeah,
Can I
well,
quickly do
We
something?
tried.
No, because it is too late. This has already happened. What do you want to do?
I just wanted to do a tannoy, that was all.
Yeah, I'll allow
Tell
that.
everyone. Alright. Yeah, you hear Z's voice over the tannoy. He just says, I can get us out of here, but someone get on the guns now.
I'm going.
Okay, so
So we'll go to.
we'll say that as you guys prepare your battle stations, you head to your relevant positions. I imagine Took and Bip on the guns, Kalal
Yeah.
assuming that middleman point where he can call things out, And Z,
Yeah, I'll do
unless you're co-piloting today, Kalal, because there's only 4 of you today.
that.
That's
Yeah,
gonna be scary.
yeah.
Last time Kalal piloted.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm more likely to do like more damage, to be completely honest with you.
So I think we'll roll initiative there. Let me just clear this off. You know what? I need to get the proper stat for these guys. I might have it downloaded still. Let's see. I was not prepared for this.
It's not ideal, lads, is it?
Oh,
Let's be honest.
Stat blocks. Here we are. No, that's
We're
just.
gonna have to go sublight. We're gonna have to go sublight.
I cannot believe that the nav computer was the one that got that hit.
I know. I like.
What are the chances?
What is going on with that?
For fuck's sake.
Oh, my dice have gone everywhere.
Oh, I've got the stats.
It's a
here.
calamity.
I've got the book with it in
Great.
now.
Okay.
I'm just grabbing it. But I opened the box and all of the dice fell out the bottom like that.
Oh wow.
So now there's just Edge of the Empire dice all over my floor.
Throwback to
Oh,
Friday
man.
where you lost all your dice onto my sofa.
This is D&D on no bevs. This is D&D on no prep.
No prep, no bevs.
This is what running a session after a weekend of parties is like. Fuck. Okay, so you guys can roll your initiative though. Roll your initiatives. I would say that this will be your vigilance because you are reacting. No, cool because you are reacting. We're the one boys. You know the rules. You are reacting to being hit, and all of a sudden this fault is overtaking your ship. You are now reacting to that.
So it's not cool then, it's the other one.
That's right.
Vigilance,
Right,
right,
so I'm
okay.
getting distracted by this book, trying to find shit now.
There you go.
Okay, and also
Hey.
took
Vigilance, yeah.
Yes.
the TIE starfighters damage is actually 6 linked, so you would have taken 12 damage there.
Oh!
As
Oh,
another
that's
little,
worse.
as
No,
another,
that's even worse.
another small explosion breaks out somewhere else in the crate. Like, fire
That's the
starts
bearer of
spreading
good
in
news.
one of the hallways. You watch though as some of Zatkin's family, the people. Luckily, all of the adults in this family work in ship factories. You watch as they all start running to Zatkin's mechanical quarters in the engineering quarter of the ship, and they start grabbing tools. And throughout this fight, they're going to be doing their best to patch it up. So I will
Oh my
add.
god,
So we traded one Zakian for 15.
yeah, we have literally 50 Zakians.
They're not used to combat. They're not. This is not their scenario. But what I'll do is I'll put the Zamazinte family on there, and I'll just add them to the I'll add them to the initiative count. Do you know what? I'll just add them at the initiative count of 1. So they'll go after all of you guys.
Cool.
And then I will roll for the TIE Fighters. So the TIE Fighters have... It's actually the pilot's stats I need to look at, isn't it? Which is a weird thing.
Yeah.
We'll get there, chat. I'm sorry. This was a bit janky. I've done this to myself, really, ain't I?
It's fine. mate.
Gunnery, pilot, single pilot, blaster damage, cool. They don't have any cool skill, so their agility I'm going to go off of. I think that's right for cool, isn't it? Oh, no, sorry. For cool, it'll be willpower.
Yeah.
Or presence.
Call his presence.
So that's 2 no matter what. So there we go. They're going to go on the same initiative count just to keep things simple. So 1, 2. Oh, no, 1 each. 1, 1. So tie. Okay, so you guys, in fact, you know what? So yeah, the Zamazinte family are going to do their best. You hear one of Took's brothers shout... Took's brothers? No, they're not here. You hear one of Zatkin's brothers shout out like, "We're going to try and fix the nav computer! Just fight him off!" All right, so PC, who rolled 4-1, that was Took, right?
That
Took,
was
you're
me.
up first, buddy.
Right, heading straight for the top gunner seat.
Yep.
And I'm going to take an aim action, if possible. I don't know if it
Yeah.
takes me a turn to get there, or...
No,
can I get straight
we'll
there?
say that the initiative roll is you run into your seat and getting ready.
Yeah. Running, aiming. I can get a lock on, see the TIE fighter.
The ship gets rocked by the shots, but you're able to, like the geometric of the seat kind of counteracts it. Yeah, take a moment to aim, and it will be
Ranged heavy, right?
This would be ranged heavy. I know. Is there a gunnery skill?
There's a gunnery skill. On
Gunnery
this, sure.
skill,
Gunnery
yes.
for space.
Gunnery,
Yeah, there is.
and
Yeah, it's under combat. Yeah.
I need my cheat sheet, and I do remember I have the combat cheat sheets in here, so let me just double check. Go away, top bar, go away. We don't need to see you. Thank you. Starship advantage / threat. Starship actions cheat sheet. Here we go. So, silhouette is +1 or -1 than the target. So this is just an average check. And distance doesn't matter in space because
Is there a chance we
does
could see
that.
the combat map too?
of course you can. Sorry, boys. There we go. It's just symbolic. It's not like super literal.
Yeah, I just like to look at it.
Yeah, of course. Took, have you added a blue dice to your screen yourself?
I'll go now.
All right. So add the add a blue dice, sir, and then go ahead and roll. That was not
Where am I
what I
going?
had to do.
Here we
One
go.
tap it.
Here we go. Right, ready? Let's go.
I'm ready.
Mm.
Oh, okay. So success and threat.
That-
The kind of like you didn't realize how much that shaking of the ship shocked the ship's systems as you pull the trigger. You hear things seize up and things spark as the ship's system strain takes 3. But you took the moment to aim and the shot lands true. That blast of red bolts deals 6 damage, I believe.
6. Yep, 6.
6 damage to the TIE fighter, which has 2 armor. Yeah, so that armor is soak, isn't it, for ships, I believe. So,
I think so. Yeah.
all right. So you see like a spark blast out the side of the ship, but it's still flying towards you. We'll say for the sake of speed, actually, you guys were probably slowing down to head into hyperspace, right? Like you were positioning the ship rather than accelerating away from them. These guys are going at like speed 2, so they're closing in on you at a rapid
Well,
rate.
we speed 1.
You guys will be speed 1, yeah. All right. Who's up next? Who rolled 1, 2? Bip
Me
or Kalal?
or Kalal.
I don't even remember. I can't even see my own.
It's Bip or Kalal. I see.
It's me or you, mate. So
Oh,
you
okay.
wanna-
I am unsure what I'm.
you can do the assist thing.
I can.
You totally can.
That's what you've done before to give
what
a
was it
dice.
again? It
There
was-
was a.
Okay, I found it now. It was fire discipline, I believe.
So you need to make a leadership or discipline check. Hard
Yeah.
difficulty. So let me just set that dice spot.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. There's not much else I can really do.
Yeah, of course. So it's hard difficulty, and then you just remind me what that does. If you're successful.
Okay. I'm so lost. You rolled leadership in such a long time.
No one
Oh,
was
there we go.
prepared for
Found it.
combat.
Success and 2
Oh.
advantage.
Uh,
On a success, add a blue to the next attack made from the ship/vehicle. Affect 1 extra attack per 2 successes. Any advantage or crits rolled may be spent on affected attacks to activate weapon qualities and score criticals. So the next weapon attack will automatically have 2 advantage towards its critical rating, and the ship's critical rating for its gun. It doesn't actually say. Does it say it on your version of the sheet, Jay?
what gun is it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I think
It's
so.
the turret-mounted medium laser cannon.
Turret mounted. What? Sorry, turret mounted.
Oh, mine's
Medium
0.
laser cannon. I don't actually know if it has a critical.
Its crit is 3.
So if you roll 1 advantage, it'll become a critical.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
That's
All right.
cool.
But it's only for 1 attack, unfortunately.
Next question. Which
Yeah.
one did Jay shoot at?
This one.
Okay.
That's the one I added the damage to. That,
Okay,
For the
right,
sake,
that's
the
fine.
map is very symbolic, just for people. some
Yeah,
people to have
I
something
just
look
wanted
at.
to know which one to like.
They're both basically at the
shoot
same
target.
distance towards you. They're both heading really far towards you, but that
Yeah.
one on the top is the one that got hit.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, it would be Bip Bip's turn, I believe.
Right, and it's a blue dice, isn't it?
Yeah.
You
So
get
you
a
get
blue
you
dice
get,
off-
you get a blue dice, and if you hit
Yep.
+1 advantage, you'll get a critical.
Okay.
That's-
Can I also use Where the fuck is it? I can add a blue dice against targets that have not acted this encounter.
Is that? Oh, it doesn't say that's limited to ground fighting, does it?
It just
So-
says quick strike. It just says
Yeah,
add a blue dice
absolutely.
per rank to combat checks against targets that have not acted.
Yeah, it'll be a combat check. So yeah, go ahead.
So
Add,
I give
add
myself
2 blue dice.
Give myself 2 blue, yeah?
1 for the fire discipline, 1 for your
Yep.
perk there. Very nice.
Okay, sweet. Gunnery, 3, 2, 1.
Boom!
No
It-
advantage.
Oh, no advantage. That's so sad.
Fuck!
It's not a crit, but you do watch as the hit strikes directly into the cockpit and the ship explodes. But some of the shrapnel spins, one of the wing plates spins and spins and spins and impacts into the backside of the crate fang, like just shocking the engine system, and it takes 1 system strain.
Write that down.
All right. So up
Said that and
next,
Sam looked so concerned.
He's in his cockpit like, what the fuck is going on? Jesus.
So now Zatkin's family are going to make an attempt to repair the nav computer. So remind me, it was what difficulty check was it? Do you remember from the crit, Ewan? I believe it was moderate difficulty, right?
It was
At least hard, I thought.
2. I think it was 2 dice actually. Let me.
It's
double
2
check.
dice.
I believe so. Let me. It was an average 2 purple.
Oh, okay, not bad.
Okay, so let me look at Zatkin's stat in mechanics, and then I will probably like downgrade that a little bit. So he's got 4 yellow dice. He's a god at mechanics. I'm actually going to say I haven't obviously made a sheet for the entirety of Zatkin's family, but their job is to build ships. So I'm going to give them 2 green dice and a yellow dice. I think that's fair. This is their job. But I am going to give them black dice because they are not used to combat. This is not what they thought they were getting into. Let's see. Success with a threat. So a couple of like Zatkin's family hand tools to some of the older ones as they get underneath the cockpit, like where you're sitting, Z, and they begin to connect some wires which had obviously been knocked loose. You see a couple of sparks fly out as the system does get a little bit of strain from that threat, but they do successfully. You watch as like the screen to your nav computer, you'd been inputting the coordinates to the planet that your destination, and it just kind of like froze up, and then you watch as it like resumes and it seems accessible again.
Okay.
All right. Next up, the one
Is that
remaining
fixed?
tire. Hey,
Is that fixed now?
that is fixed and usable. So you will, because we are in combat, you will need to make another astrogation check if you want to use that. This TIE fighter, I think he is just going to keep accelerating towards you, and as he does, he is going to fire a shot.
Right,
So-
crit again.
I was right about their stat to hit as well. Oh, actually, no, that's if there's 2 pilots in 1 TIE. Why would there be 2 in 1 TIE? I guess like a
Weird.
bomber. Because the TIE lane, the TIE/LN, I believe is only 1. Can only have 1 person in there, right? So that's 3 green.
Yeah, I saw one on.
So you watch as he kind of like focuses in. It looks like he's taking his time to aim at you guys here. Do you have... You have 1 defense. I'm going to add a black dice. All right. Let's see. Whoa. So much advantage, but no hit. As you watch the blasts go completely wide as he zooms past you guys. That one's dead. He zooms flying past you, and Z, you watch as he kind of like begins to make a maneuver to turn around in front of you, but he's out there. Oh, I've realized I already rolled the Zamazinte family too early, but that's never mind that.
Oh, I think you swapped me and them.
Oh, sorry. Go on, Z. That worked out in for you guys. Hey, ho, never mind.
Yeah. So I am going to. So can I try and jump to hyperspace now?
So let me just double check. There is a way to do it in combat. So jump to hyperspace. On a success, the ship jumps to hyperspace in a number of rounds equal to its silhouette. So the silhouette of the crate fang is 4. So you can.
shit.
So you can initiate the check. You can initiate it, but it will take 4 rounds. But actually, it is only a 1 difficulty astrogation check, and the amount of successes you get reduces that number.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
So let me just set the dice pool up.
Start trying to do that.
So it'll be a 1 difficulty check. Make an astrogation check for me, sir.
Yeah.
You hear that sound that you all know as you like. You're sure you set the coordinates right. You punch it and you just hear like the as the ship just absolutely fails. There is no juice in the hyperspace right now. It splutters out like a car exhaust pipe.
Okay. While I'm trying to like plot this, I just like throw the screen out of the way and I kind of grab the steering wheel. And for my maneuver, I'm gonna try and like angle the ship in such a way that Took can kind of get a better line of sight on the TIE fighter and do the assist maneuver.
The assist maneuver. So that just adds a blue dice to the character's next action, right?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, perfect. Cool. I had a little bit of a brain fart there. Who's next?
Background, isn't it?
I think it's me, yeah.
You can choose, obviously, whoever.
All right, I'm taking that opportunity for being probably lined up straight in the goodie spot. I'll also aim down, fire at this last typhoon.
Perfect. So go ahead and add 2 blue dice. You can use 2 maneuvers and add 3 blue dice if you want. But you will take 2 strain.
Nope, not gonna listen to ya.
All right, so add 2 blue dice to your pool. And go ahead. Yeah, I'm ready.
Boom.
Success and 2 advantage.
Is it 3 advantage I need?
Yeah, who knows? If you added that extra blue dice, you might have got it.
Oh, maybe. I'll take off 2 system strain, though.
You can indeed do that. As you watch the blast hit and you see it kind of glancing blows off the back of the central pod. It seems to have like done something to the engine as it sputters out some kind of like smoke. But the ship continues moving and it still seems active. Who's next?
I can.
Yeah, of course.
I assume that we're still kind of lined up from Sam's
Uh,
sort of thing. It won't be. Obviously, it won't.
I'm actually going to say, due to the nature of your ships, you have a dorsal mounted and a ventral mounted. One of them is on the top, one of them is in the bottom. Z positioned the ship perfectly so that Took could shoot, which means you're on the opposite side.
So I can't see shit.
You cannot see the target right now. I'll say that you have like the slimmest of angles, and I'll add 2 black dice to the shot.
Anyone else want to go?
I mean, it's a new round, so technically I could go and swing it round the other way, right?
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. You can, because you would have heard Took shoot, and you would have seen that impact.
Okay. So can I? So it's like normal combat. I could do 2 maneuvers instead of an action.
You can do 2 maneuvers, yeah.
So I want to increase, like, accelerate.
You want to accelerate?
As I
Sure.
do that, flick the ship round so that Bip Bip now gets a better angle on the TIE fighter.
Which means you're taking the assist, right? Again?
Yes.
So, yeah, you guys feel like you get pushed back in your seats a little bit. You hear, like, whoa, whoa, from Zakin's family as they all kind of, like, shuffle back as Z pushes some more power into the engines. And the ship quickly flicks around, and Bip Bip, you was contemplating taking that really tricky shot, and all of a sudden, it's the perfect angle.
Oh, so I get an assist, right? I get a blue dice.
So add a blue dice from the assist.
And then I'll take a thingy to aim.
Yep, so
Another
2 blue
blue
dice.
dice.
And the
Cool.
dice pool is ready for you, sir, so go ahead and roll.
Lovely.
All right. As you spin round, you don't even feel like you aim, but you feel like you don't need to. As the kind of like Z's movement brings the ship into aim for you, all you have to do is pull the trigger. You see that flash of red, and as the other TIE fighter explodes, you see like a helmet of a TIE Imperial pilot just floating out of the debris. You do still hear the sound of other TIEs approaching, as it seems like the Imperials don't want you to leave this system right now. But we'll go to the next person's turn. Kalo, what you doing, boy?
I I don't know how cheeky to get with this, but I'm going to say it and see what you say.
Okay.
I am going to. I'm going to wander into the. Because I imagine being between the two, the cockpit and the turrets.
Yeah, we've always said that, right? You're in that doorway between that hallway.
Yeah, basically. Running back and forth. I'm going to run back up to where Z is, see where the nav computer is.
Yeah?
And I'm just going to, like, shake it and say, "Oh, God, please work!" And I'd like to try and use a light side point to get it to go into hyperdrive.
Absolutely, you can totally do that. That's great. I love that. So yeah, exactly as you say it, you watch Kalo run in, kind of like shake the nav computer and just beg it to work. And Z, all of a sudden, you just feel the ship. All of you feel that kind of like familiar pull back, and then poof, as the ship slingshots into hyperspace. As the stars stretch around you, you hear like the small group of Zatkin's family that are in the cockpit after fixing the nav computer. You hear them just kind of like gasp in awe as you see like space itself stretch out in front of you. You get the idea that perhaps this is the first time they've seen this kind of. Probably the first time they've traveled in this way. And for the time being, you are safe as you are heading towards. Remind me of the planet name.
Saleucami.
Saleucami, a day's travel away. Of course, you said you might not travel the entire distance, so we will see.
If you need it.
Yes, please.
For reference, it was in Bad Batch and also Clone Wars.
Oh, okay.
Might help.
Well, you hear like Zatkin's family. You hear some tears, you hear some excitement. You see some of them just kind of sat, keeping themselves to themselves. But Zatkin's dad approaches you, kind of like a little bit weary. He looks like now you properly get a chance to like observe him. Obviously you left in a bit of a hurry before. Like you see a very frail individual. Kind of like skinnier than he should be. Like Zatkin's pretty skinny, but you know, he's well fed. These guys are clearly like in need of some good food and care. And as he approaches, he just kind of says like, he kind of like just looks to the ground and holds his head like, thank you for getting us out of there.
So, well, it's what we got to do for your son.
You've done more for us than I could have asked for.
Don't go thinking we do this thing often. It's a one-time thing.
I hope we won't need it again. So, I mean, I don't want to sound rude, but where are we headed? Where are my family going?
We're going to Saleucami first.
Saleucami.
We can change course.
Is that simply to avoid the Empire?
It's just the first place that we saw on the nav computer.
All right.
Do I know anything? Could I roll for any?
Of course, man. Yeah.
Yeah, if I know anything about Saleucami.
Yeah, I would say everyone can roll like unless they feel like they definitely wouldn't know anything. Roll just like this would be considered Outer Rim, right?
Yes, it would. Yeah.
Roll an Outer Rim knowledge check. I'll just make this like an Salute. It's a highlighted planet, right? It's not like one of the small ones.
Yeah,
so I'd say I'll just make this an average check. For anyone who thinks they might have been out in this neck of the woods or heard of it, I would say that possibly like bit you could roll for this.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. What check do you want? Sorry.
Outer Rim knowledge.
Oh, fuck me. All right.
Or law.
Doesn't matter.
Would I be able to roll
Bib's
this
dumb as
having-
fuck.
having been
Same.
zipping all over the place doing bounties?
Yeah, I would say so.
Mhm.
Outer Rim, cool.
Oh, well. Genuinely was just the first place we saw.
Did you all
Yep.
just know
Yep.
nothing?
Yep, we all failed. We all
We
failed.
know nothing.
Yep. We
You all
don't know
failed.
anything about this
Yeah,
planet.
you vaguely remember it, like you've heard of it. You think it's ruled by the Galactic Empire. It's hard to know. But yeah,
Did I
you're
roll
not
for
sure.
it as well because I didn't recognize the name, and then when I looked up what the planet actually is, I think there might be a chance.
Yeah, go for it, man.
What was it again?
Outer
Rim.
Worlds or Lore? I would say for you, probably more Outer Worlds. Outer
Yeah,
Rim.
It's all the same. Don't.
No.
Worth a try.
It's like one of those names, you know, you've seen it in like travel brochures and you like hanging around at spaceports at some point, you've probably seen it
I'm
as
sure
like
it depicts it, it's
destinations.
lovely.
But unfortunately, no. None of you have any specific knowledge, and I'm glad because it means I have some time to read the wiki. So, brief moment of calm. You're able to. One of Zakin's brothers comes up to you, Took, as you're like heading out of the gunnery towards the cockpit. This is one you haven't met. He looks older. He looks similarly disheveled to his father. We build ships, but we're not so hot with the combat. So, if you like, we can just try and fix it up. Is that, earn a place that way?
Yeah, sure. If you're anything like your brother, then should be able to.
I mean, I've never served on a starship like him, but I put him together.
He served on a starship.
Yeah, of course. That's what Zizi told us. That's why he ran away from home.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Could you remind me what starship he served on?
Oh, I never did get a name. Just that it was a big one.
Oh. Well, I'm sure we'll find out when we eventually find him.
Apparently he earned a lot of credits too.
Yeah, he had a knack for that. Oh, he has a knack for that.
Well, we'll go to the engine room now and see if we can't take a look.
Sure, you can't break it more than it already is.
Don't worry, we won't. We're a little exhausted. Perhaps we'll rest first to save us doing any unnecessary damage.
Perfect. I'm sure you'll be able to get it done before we drop you off.
All right. We are very thankful.
Don't mention it.
Just gives you a nod. Walks off. Goes towards the main cargo hold. You see kind of most of the family heading that way. All right. What are you guys wanting to do as you have a moment in space? The kind of gentle hum of the ship's hyperdrive chugging away.
I'm still in the cockpit, I think. Ever since we left, I'm just staring at the nav computer curiously.
Bibit would like to go join them in the cockpit.
Cool. Z, are you in there too?
Yeah.
Shall we say it's all crew?
Yeah, I'd come to the cockpit crew meeting.
Crew meeting.
All right. So Bip, as you walk in, last to leave your gunning position, you spun the rest of the crew. Carlo kind of confusedly staring at the nav computer.
I don't understand what you did, but please do it again.
I don't know. Just seemed to work.
Does anybody know what the galactic presence is like at our destination?
I don't even know the planet very well, if anything. Just know
I
his
think
name.
it's something. As far as I remember, it's owned by the overseen by the Galactic Empire. But anything else about it, I don't know. The Empire is vast.
It's not a good idea to go to somewhere where we are trying to get away from.
We could.
It's just a name on a screen.
I spoke to somebody in a cantina once who spoke quite highly of it before I put a carbon score in his crotch.
See. Well, surely there are better places to go. I know that that's not our final destination with these guests of ours, but even so, we should probably stop elsewhere.
We need to get rid of them. I mean, we need to drop them off as quick as possible.
It depends if you want to drop them off quickly but dangerous, or you want to take a time and make sure they go somewhere safe.
I would like to drop them off after they're finished repairing the ship.
Yeah, that too.
So, a long trip?
Long enough.
Do
I know where the astromech is?
Last known location, somewhere in the cargo hold where all of Zakin's family are.
Okay.
Misa knows somebody that would be more than happy to take in all of these folk. He'd be good with them.
Talking about Naboo.
Misa talking about Naboo.
How
How
far
far
a journey is that?
Pretty much back where we came from.
Well, remember we're using a different map from...
Same effect.
Oh, is it? Is it like other side of the galaxy still?
It's the other side.
Right, okay.
It is in... is it too far? Where's it gone? I've lost the planet. I feel like Obi-Wan.
How could I misplace a planet?
The Death Star's been there and got rid of
It
it.
is in.
It could have been. That could have happened.
I
Oh,
think-
it's... I
I've
found
got
it.
it. I've got it.
It's
yeah,
the
yeah,
Shadabi
17.
Baran.
Yeah, 17. What
Oh.
fucking letter is that?
17-0.
17-0. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
It's a bit of a trek.
So,
Yeah, it is.
yeah, if we were
That
going to
would
do it, we'd have to
be-
go
let's see, where are you?
hyperspace lane, right?
I mean, you could always avoid hyperspace lanes, but it's dangerous. So you're heading towards Seleucamite, but you're not too far away from the purple hyperspace lane there. You could take the hyperspace lane purpled 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 days, hop off, go to the red one, travel 1 day off the hyperspace lane in Core Worlds territory to the red hyperspace lane.
Yeah.
So that's already 5 days, and then 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 days, 6 days on the red hyperspace lane, and then 1 day off of it to get to Naboo.
So it's like a 2-week trip.
2 weeks, basically. It's a long old trip.
Could we not make it a day shorter if we were to change, is that Brental? Because
if you can figure out a quicker route that uses less squares on there, then yes.
I mean, the red and purple both stop at that place.
Yeah. Yes, but it would be the same either way. It would be the same either way. It just means that you're
right. It would be the same, yeah.
If you go that way, you're even closer to Coruscant, which is the capital of the Galactic Empire, and you would all know that that is hot territory.
Mm-hmm.
The closer you are to Coruscant, the more Star Destroyers you see. As a typical rule.
Yeah. Well, if you want to drop them off safe, and you want time for the ship to be repaired, 2 weeks.
If you think they will be safe there, I think we owe it to Zakian to take them.
Yeah, Misa sure they would be safe.
That is true, but last I checked, Naboo was part of the Galactic Senate.
Sure. But me's a friend will keep them safe. I'm only here because of him, so I trust him.
I can't believe I'm saying this. What if I told you there was another option?
Oh yeah.
Go
Speak
on.
up.
There are some people that I know who are probably a sector away, where the Empire cannot touch.
Can't touch. Yeah, that sounds unlikely. They have outposts in almost every planet.
Not this one. Or at least not this system. You can't control what you do not see.
You are saying it's a hidden system?
I'm saying that these people are very secretive.
Well, if it's quicker than the boot, I'm more than happy.
I mean, me's more than happy as long as they get off the ship.
I will say, of course, you guys, wherever you're taking them, you need to consider the fact that you are now feeding 60
That's true.
Yeah.
people. I would say that you guys probably have like, I think the Crate Fang has capacity for like 30 days of food for a crew of your size.
I mean, didn't they bring stuff with them as well, though?
Well, you don't know what they brought with them. It was kind of like a huge
okay.
rush. They brought as much as they could, but it certainly doesn't look like it would. There's no way you would have enough for 2 weeks, is what I'm saying. You would need to make like stops
stop
along the way to get some supplies and probably fuel as well. For that distance of hyperspace travel. I'm trying to think if there is a rule, or if I've read a rule about like how much fuel like a hyperspace jump takes, because like I want to give it like a number, so that like you guys have to plan stops along routes, because then that would
to get fuel and stuff.
That also breaks up large travel sections of gameplay where you would land on a planet and you would have to refuel the ship. It's just good for narrative, in my opinion. I feel it would be good.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
So like I want to say, just like off the top of my head, like 7 day, like you can do 7 hyper jumps before you are out of fuel. Like you can travel 7 days without refueling, but then also it's space and that feels kind of shit. So maybe it is 2 weeks. Maybe 2 weeks is your absolute most, but then you can get across the entire galaxy in that time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess it's something for us to consider off stream, but the food, it does say it on the Crate Fang, Jay, I believe, on its stat block.
Yeah.
As you scroll down, I've got a version of it here as well. It tells you how much it can carry. So its cargo capacity, it can hold up to 850. So it has the capacity for 6 people, your ship. So you can feed 6 people for 30 days, we'll say. You've got a month's worth of food for 6 people on board, but you're currently feeding 60.
So divided by 10.
So divide that by 10.
3 days, right?
I think that checks out. So you've got 3 days worth of supplies on board. Bearing in mind that, these people are already malnourished, but, they're going to be getting better food here probably than what the Empire were giving them. So you basically got 3 days before you are completely out of supplies.
So we do need to go somewhere close.
Yeah.
Or if you're going to Naboo, you're going to be spending a lot of credits on supplies.
Zakian's got all the fucking money.
He did have a lot. Well, you don't know. He had credits, certainly had credits, but...
Oh, we know he's got credits.
Jalal, this place you're thinking of, is there somewhere we can feed these mouths? Or should we go to Seleucumai first?
I think, well, It's within distance of our supplies, and I would imagine they would have the resources. And if they do not, they will be able to see better that they are given a better place to live than I imagine our contacts do. Their entire operation is finding refuge.
If they will be safe, I am happy to take them.
It seems perfect. It's closer. It's what they're meant to do, is take people in, so...
Fine. Well, what is this planet? Who are these people?
Don't know the planet, but it's in the Yavin system.
You don't know the planet.
I don't need to. Like I said, they deal in secrecy.
Yeah. Fine. Now, how far is it? Longer than Slukamai?
Perhaps 2 days.
2 days. Slukamai's only one.
Seleucumai is also under the control of the Empire.
And that is also the only thing we know about this planet. No one knows anything, even if it's safe.
I was under the impression that Seleucumai was simply a destination to get us away from the system, as opposed to a actual destination.
I guess one more day won't. Fine.
Just have to put a little less butter on your toast. That's a scanty phrase. You don't... Okay.
What is toast?
It is cooked bread.
Sounds disgusting.
Well... What do you say?
I say fine, as long as we get these little rat bags off our ship as quick as possible.
They will be seen to, and I can assure you that they will be safe.
Let's do it.
Carlisle, since you are so a whiz,
Oh,
yeah,
do you need
he
someone
shuts
to
down,
see to
he's
your
dead.
linguistic mechanisms?
Yeah, Z just punched himself in the head real quick.
Oh,
Sorted
no.
that out.
Take two
Sorry,
strain.
I had something loose. Since
Masochistic.
you are such a whiz with the nav computer, I'll show you how to use it. And I slide him over to Kalau and I show him how to use it. And
All right.
I don't really know what I'm doing here. Bye.
Bye. He
So I don't know what I'm doing, and in Z's disappointment, he shut down.
For a moment, I thought that was just Kalal being like, "I can't be bothered to learn how this works," and then I noticed that Z shut down for a moment.
it seems I punched myself too hard.
He punched his lights out.
Well, I'm going to show him how to use it. And
Yeah, you can take a moment to show him how to, input the right things and with the lack of pressure of combat, there's no check involved. But you do need to drop out of hyperspace before you can change your course, I guess, to like a new planet. So you go ahead and do that.
yeah, I won't let Kalal do that though.
That's fine.
I'll do that one.
You grab onto the lever, you pull it back, you see the stars begin to stop stretching as the ship kind of slows down, and you pop into presence in a mostly inhabited sector of space. You are probably actually. You said it was near Trogan, Chad, and Joe Mark.
Yeah, it's like between them, that sort of area.
You're probably like closer to Joe Mark right now. You see like another small planet, like another tiny little system, sort of like in the distance, but it doesn't look like it's got much going on. Kalal, you gonna go ahead and input the destination of Yavin?
I will.
All right.
Brilliant.
Spend your time, a couple of minutes, just like inputting the correct coordinates, make sure everything's ready. Go ahead and select that. All that's left is to punch it. Slam that lever forward, and you'll be on your way.
A gesture to the lever for like him to do the honors.
Oh. You want me to?
You just grab it and push it forward.
As you slowly push the lever forward, you start to hear like, and there's like a moment of silence as then the ship slingshots again, and the stars begin to stretch around you as you're used to seeing, and it seems like you've successfully launched the ship into hyperspace, almost in the opposite direction that you were heading. Z, you know. In fact, actually, Z, roll me like a criminal underworld knowledge check or a law check, whichever you would prefer. And you know what? Actually, Carlo, you roll as well for me.
Okay, I'm just going to say, that sounded like a loaded statement. You're going back almost like exactly the way that you came.
It's not necessarily a bad thing.
What was it again, sorry?
Criminal underworld or law, whichever you would
Criminal
prefer.
Underworld or law. It doesn't matter. Tell you what, let's do that. Why not? Oh wow.
Why is it not loaded for me? All right, so both of you actually at this moment kind of like realize that what you did there probably actually quite a good thing. As I would say, Z, you're more aware of this. There are things, there are people in this world who their entire profession is to track ships through hyperspace. And making multiple jumps and changing course and stuff like that sets them back.
So
it'd be harder for them to track us.
You
because
could
we've
track.
changed course.
There's a thing called a skip tracer. I think they're called
like
skip tracers, and it's actually a playable career, I believe. So it's a career that players can take. If I'm right.
Cool.
And yeah, it's basically people who specialize in tracking ships through their hyperspace jumps and like following them. Often bounty hunters work with them, I guess. But you feel good about what you just did. Cool. So 2 days of travel begin as in fact, like you guys can kind of smell like someone's cooking something in the galley. Like Zakin's family have made themselves a home. They are preparing meals for all of the children and the family. You know, basic stuff like freeze-dried meats and other space-appropriate foods.
They're not discouraged by the state of the galley.
Oh, yeah.
So when you went there in the galley, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
That throws a spanner in the works. I forgot all about that moment for a moment there. You do not smell food. You actually you hear kind of like a bit of a, like almost like a commotion, like a scene in the galley, as like one of Zatkin's older siblings is like shouting at a group of the younglings, like the youngers, and you hear them like, if you did this, if you these people are helping us and you're playing around damaging their stuff, how did you even do this? And the kids are like, it wasn't us. This was like this when we got here. You can kind of overhear like shouting from the galley.
I'm going to head down because I want to get a snack.
You head down, and you can already tell from across as soon as you like round that corner into the cargo bay where the door to the galley is, you see the door to the galley is cut in half, like down the middle, and it's kind of like jammed. And through the gaps in the galley door, you see unbelievable amounts of carbon scoring.
What did I say? What you little shit?
It wasn't us. How would we even do that?
Yeah. Wait. I'm gonna take a closer look at it.
You can take a closer look.
What does it look like? Yeah, I'll try to deduce.
I'm gonna go ahead and say you do not need to roll for this. You've
Yeah.
seen the marks that Bip's lightsaber makes on doors. I nearly said light sword there. His lightsaber. You've seen the marks it makes on droids. You've seen the marks it makes on doors and like clamps to ships and shit. Even back to the first time you saw him use it when he tried to slice like a water tower. You remember like.
Yeah.
You know that this is a lightsaber mark.
Oh. Apologies. I believe you. This wasn't them. But why? Oh, I'm gonna wring his floppy ears.
All right. They kind of disperse, and you see now that they can't have hot, fresh meals, they seem a little sad. But the adults are still dispersing out the kind of like, the non-perishable. It's not as nice, but it's still food.
I'm gonna try and find Bip.
I imagine it's not too hard. There's only so many places Bip could be on this ship. Bip, where are you right now?
Where am I? I mean, I guess just still sitting in the cockpit.
Yeah, cool. So the rest of you guys still sat in the cockpit. Took goes to check out the commotion.
I'm gonna give him a slap on the ear. Oi!
Do not do that.
What have you done to the kitchen?
Did what?
The kitchen door is coiled up, and the inside of the kitchen is all a state.
Users don't need to worry about that. I'll get it fixed.
What do you mean? I can't cook. Madame Bantha tail.
You can eat other stuff. It is fine. But please, do not hit me again.
I get cranky when I can't have my meat. I get even crankier when I can't have my spice, and I'm really cranky because there's a bunch of fucking kids on my ship. Don't like kids.
And a cranky me did that to the galley. So don't hit me and don't make me cranky at you.
I'm deducting it from your wages.
You don't pay me anyway.
Well, you're not going to get paid even more.
So I'm left with double nothing.
Double nothing. Yeah, it means when you do get paid, you're not going to get paid, and all the others are going to get your credits. Here, what do we hand out some credits now? And I go around and I put 5 credits in each of their palms.
Yeah, you got Z, Kalal took Kanji 5 credits each.
What is happening?
Huh?
You think you're funny, Took, don't you?
Hey, I'm not being funny. This is all we can muster at the moment until we pick up another one of them bounties.
And Misa trying to be civil. I will fix it. There's no need to dick around with all this pay shit.
You all get paid, you know. I mean it.
You're going to pay me?
When you fix it, yeah.
Fix what? Why did you call us in here, Tuck? To give us 5 things?
5 credits.
I appreciate that you're trying to pay us, but do you really think 5 credits is going to make any sort of difference?
Oh, all right, here. I give him 5 more.
You really think 5 more credits is going to make a difference?
I think that
don't
maybe
see any in
50
front
might
of me.
make me see a little differently.
You're pushing your luck. When we get paid from the puck that we haven't yet redeemed, when are we going to redeem that anyway?
What? Puck? The one for ZZ? We
No.
completed.
No, the other one.
You did redeem that one.
Oh, we redeemed it. Did we get that space transferred or something?
Yes, I presumed you may have spent your share on spice.
Whoa, I've not had spice in like 5 rotations.
We can tell.
What are you talking about fixing something? I thought the airlock was already fixed.
No, it's the galley.
Don't worry about it.
Galley.
This one can't handle his fucking laser sword.
I walked past that a couple of hours ago. I assumed it had always been like that. I've never been inside.
You don't eat, I guess, do you?
Affirmative.
Oh. I assume you were training in there.
I wouldn't call it uncontrolled, Eva took. I would call it very controlled.
Doesn't matter. Supposed to be using it on people who were chasing us before us, some stormtroopers, not the doors.
Yeah,
the door,
I
Dudgy.
think he just had an accident in there. It was just I don't think it's enough to get so worried about. We can have that fixed when we arrive. I'm sure they will be kind enough to see to the repairs. Took. Why don't we just drop the whole thing?
You should listen to this man.
Yes.
Why is it red, anyway?
Why is what red?
I saw you. Did that cool thing where you brought that trooper into your blade. But it was red. I don't think I didn't notice.
Bit will stand up, put his hood up, and walk out the cockpit.
God. If he had some paint on board, he should have told me.
What are you doing?
He's leaving.
No, I'm talking to you.
Me?
What are you doing?
What do you want, my den? What? I'm just asking questions.
It's obvious something is going on with him. I noticed it when we were on planet.
Just thought he was like gestating or something. I don't know.
I don't know, but it scares me.
Frogs. Well, he's like a frog, isn't he? They gestate.
I would not say that to him directly.
I personally do not want to antagonize the man that has a red lightsaber.
Red, blue, fucking yellow. Does that make any difference? It does the same thing.
I just know that he had a dream where he massacred us all. I would not like to play with that.
I'm sorry, what?
I assumed he told all of us that.
No, I don't remember that.
I do not remember him telling
Wait.
me that.
Oh, I've got a droid to interrogate, and I start walking out.
Well, he sounds like he's a liability. If he's gonna turn on us in our sleep.
It would be wrong to say that he was never a liability.
Maybe we just hand him in now. Think about the credits.
Don't think about that. Do not even say that.
Well, I'm just joking. Daddy took making a joke.
It's really hard to not laugh.
I don't mean most of the things I say.
Uh-huh.
Papa took.
Oh, you don't mean most of the things you say?
Papa took.
Oh, you don't. Oh, so you were going to give me that extra 50? Oh, so you were.
Yeah, here you go. Give him 20. I'll give him 50 credits. You've earned it.
Wait, did I get 10 from earlier?
No, you did gaming.
Earlier?
Oh my god, I know how I'm making money now.
Oh dear.
Oh, he's probably just going to steal it from me later anyway. But I'll note it down for the time being. Oh,
All right.
God.
So, Bit, you head out of the cockpit. The doors close behind you as those guys have that conversation. What is going on there?
I just had socks get thrown at me.
One of Zakian's little brothers just lobs some dirty socks at you as you go down the hallway. You quickly dodge him.
Gloves, my bad.
The
Wait,
power of the
socks
force.
exist? Do socks exist? I thought they're not canon.
Socks aren't canon. What? That's the title of the next TikTok.
This is my law. Socks
Like the
exist in
shows
my
and
canon.
Sorry, it was gloves. Sorry, carry on.
I
Oh,
actually
those
have
words.
about 5 clips in mind from that conversation alone, so thank you, boys. Okay, so as you guys sort of like disperse to some semblance of quiet areas around the ship, I'm gonna say we'll take our halfway break there because I imagine we're gonna get into some pretty meaty lore / roleplay things next. So, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us for the first half of the episode this evening. We will be back in around 10 minutes, so don't go anywhere. Thanks for hanging out. We love you, and we'll see you very soon. I clicked the wrong screen.
I don't know what that little dance.
Oh.
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's part 2 of tonight's episode. We're going to go ahead and crack on. So, a hasty escape from the Chad system with Zakian Zamazinte, your currently missing crew member's family. On board now, you are responsible for the mouths of 60 hungry Chad Rafan and yourselves as you decide you're heading to the Yavin system in search of those who the Empire cannot find, believing they would be safe with them. You are now at the beginning of that 2-day journey. And after a tense conversation, you each have some more or less downtime, some alone time here.
Is it like nighttime now?
I mean, you're in space, buddy, so it's always nighttime.
Or like body clock wise?
We'll say that yes, because you
Because we left.
you
we
had
left
waited to the
Chinese,
end
right?
of the day to get Zakin's family up here. So yeah, I would say that most of Zakin's family, they've all kind of like got some food, like whatever they could get from your suppliers that didn't need to be cooked, and they've now found places to rest. Using those pillowcases that you guys had snuck the children on the ship as covers. You know, just finding anywhere they can get comfortable. So, with the ship actually like fairly quiet, what would you guys like to do? Is there anything anyone wants to do in this first day of travel?
I would like to go into the cupboard where I stuffed the RG droid.
The prison wallet?
Yeah, the prison wallet. Well, he's not currently in the prison wallet. He's
No,
in the
but he's in the
prison
entrance.
chamber. I don't know what the other word, another word would be. But yeah, I'm gonna kind of see if I can fit me in there and kind of lay him out in front of me and see if I can, I guess with the same way I kind of looked on the USB or the drive, I want to see if I can kind of like tap into like his memory drives and salvage anything.
Okay. Okay, I think this would be a computers check. My cursor has disappeared for whatever reason. Give me a moment. What is going on there? I think is it stuck on Spotify? Where is my cursor?
I don't know why I haven't increased my computers. I don't know why I haven't done that. I'm a goddamn droid.
I am so baffled right now. Okay, I found it. Get rid of that. Don't need that anymore. Dice pool. You know what? I'm going to say with the state of this droid, this will be a hard check. With the, you know, certain ports and things that you could have easy access to are charred and full of dried swamp mud.
You know what? Since this is kind of important, can I use a light side?
Yeah, of course.
There we go. You're right.
Bless you.
I feel like there's a sneeze coming, but it ain't happening fast. It ain't
gonna bust.
The sneeze just isn't coming fast enough, so I'm gonna have to have to fight through it. Okay, so you are extra careful. You take a little time to sort of like clear out the ports of mud and just make sure that nothing goes wrong with this data transfer. And you hook your hook. Just clarify to me: you're attaching yourself to the droid, or you are using like an external memory device to try and download from him?
I'm going to attach myself to the droid so that I can like be as efficient as possible in going through and trying to like get the information that I want to get to.
All right then. So you pull out like a cable from somewhere within your chassis. Maybe it's like in your neck or somewhere in your chest. I don't know. Where would that be? Would you say in your wrist or your arm or something?
I'm going to say that it's just under like the top part of my torso. It's kind of under one of the ridges, and I just kind of pull it out.
Right. Okay. Give me a sec, 'cause I did write some stuff down for this boy, but I need to find which document it is in. But as you attach yourself, there is a brief moment where the world kind of just blacks out. Your senses disable. And then you start to see almost as if you're running on like an old computer system. Like green text starts to like fill your vision as it starts to go through his systems and see what's working. It's almost like it's diagnosing what is working and what is completely lost. And you do gain access to his memory banks. Now, where did I write this information down? Oh, fuck. Sorry, boys. I do not remember what document I put this in. I wasn't sure if it was going to be on the Chad document, because that's the one. Oh, I think I put it on here actually. No. All right, but you find some information pertaining to the IG's master plan. You obviously see some information. Some of it just seems incredibly familiar to you. It seems like a lot of the plan is very similar to what you've heard. Droid construction continues as normal on Mechis 3. But that code, that singular key line of code that the IG-88s have been implanting on every droid is still being placed on thousands of droids across the galaxy. And the plan is still to bide their time, wait, and then broadcast the mother signal to activate the code. It does go into some more details about a specific about like the logistics of how they're going to achieve this. And it mentions something to do with like signal arrays and the construction and distribution of signal arrays around the key systems and hubs throughout the galaxy to ensure that the signal is broadcast as far and wide as possible. And I would say because you use the light side point, in fact, you do catch a specific glimpse at the there are like 5 key areas that they are focusing on getting that information to first, and then they will spread from there.
Do I get any names?
You do, but I will tell you those when I manage to find the document.
Fair
write
enough.
this stuff down. Because I mean, I've got so many documents here, and I don't remember which bloody one I put it on. But yeah, so you get the sense that like their plan is very much going well, and they are now just facilitating a way of getting that signal out as widely as possible. And then you also see plans pertaining to where to broadcast the signal from. And you just see them refer to it as the core of the Empire. They don't go into detail as to what that means.
Oh, I think Sam knows what that means, but I don't know if he does.
You just hear them. You hear all of this is communicated to you through vague audio recordings of the IGs talking to each other, and you just hear them refer to a couple times the core of the Empire must be in our control for this to work.
So I'm just typing this out.
Yeah. Is there any other information you would look for?
I want to know, while I'm connected to him, I want to see if this might sound weird. I don't know if this is I don't know how you'd kind of do this, but I want to, now that I've got one in front of me and I'm connected to it, I want to see if I can compare my programming to his and see what's different, if that makes sense. Why I didn't just fall in line with them.
I would say make another. You have to make another computer check for this. Let me just do the dice pool. I'm gonna still make it hard. Actually, no, I'll make it medium because you spent some time like clearing out like some of the gunk and smog and gross stuff. It's more accessible now. Go for it. Computers check, please, sir. Right. Okay, so yeah, it's almost like you need to push through some sort of like defensive like firewall to get access to this layer. His core, his kind of like base programming. And you begin to like cross-reference it with your own. You are exactly the same as these droids. Your programming down to a T.
Holy fuck. Okay.
And as you attempt to peer deeper, the IG-88C's head begins to spark, and you're all of a sudden sucked out of this kind of like interface, and you just see whatever last spark of energy that he had in him is completely depleted now. And any information that was on there is no longer available.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll grab my, like, the hard drive that I have from my prison wallet, and put all of that information onto there.
Yeah, you're able to store all that info. That's no problem at all.
And I'm gonna keep that on me now that all of Zaki and siblings are running around.
You're gonna keep all of the stuff in your prison wallet is on your person.
Yeah.
Just in case anyone goes in there and finds it. There are definitely signs that people have been in this cupboard for sure already. But
and I would like to do one last thing.
Yeah.
I want to take the IG droid. Make sure I want to kind of like just break apart as much of its like the internal, just like the wires, everything inside it, break apart as much of it as I can, so I know that he's not going to be able to like be revived. And then I want to like fire him out of the garbage chute, go onto one of. Oh no, we're in hyperspace. I can't.
You're in hyperspace. I would say if you fired him out of the garbage chute, yeah, he would just disappear out of hyperspace.
Okay, I'm not going to do that yet. But I am going to damage him as much as I possibly can.
Yeah, you can basically spend the rest of this day like just breaking him down into like small parts if you want.
Yeah.
Like separate his limbs, separate his chest, separate his. Basically, just remove, like, just disassemble him as much as possible.
And I'm gonna just like store all of the parts in a crate in that cupboard for now.
Yeah, I mean, you even look at a few parts and you're like, I mean, they'd be compatible. I could totally use these if I ever got damaged.
Okay, yeah. Any part that I think would be useful for me, store that all in the crate.
Yeah, there'd definitely be some Z spare parts there for sure.
Sick.
You know what? We'll say we'll flavor that as you get. You know the your version of a stim pack. You're able to like salvage 2 of those from him.
All right, sweet. I'll add that.
All right. Man, all this music's so intense today. I can't find like a calm Star Warsy song.
It's never calm on this ship.
I know it's not. It's like fucking chaos central. Just took the captain.
Chadra fans.
Yeah, at the moment it is fucking chaotic. Well, actually, no, it's nice. It's quiet. Okay, Z, that is. I would say that probably takes you, unless you rested, and did that. We'll say you did that into the night, and now you're able to take a rest.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Is there anything?
Heals 1 wound, right?
That would heal 1 wound. Is there anything else anyone would want to do just before they rest on the beginning of that first day of travel, which is kind of an odd way to put that, but Bip, is there anything you do in the wake of that kind of like heated discussion with Took? Murder the whole crew, perhaps?
No. No. Where is the droid?
The R5.
Yeah.
Last place you saw it was probably when you were arguing with Zakian over what to do about the bounty, and he like shock gloved the droid in the main cargo hold.
Yeah, he did. Okay. All right. Can I go and find it?
You go to the
A
cargo
bit would
hold.
have gone.
You look where the droid last was. It's not there right now.
Fuck. Is there anyone else around?
I mean, there are lots of sleep. As you're walking through the main cargo hold, it's like tiptoeing. I mean, if you want to be discreet, it's like tiptoeing over and around all of Zakian's family. I mean, you're loudly stomping as you walk through. Like, you see like members of his of Zakian's family kind of like rowling and rolling over to turn away from you.
There's nowhere in sight in the cargo.
In that main cargo room, you don't see it. However, if you're persistent, there's only so many places on the ship.
Okay.
So you could kind of have a look around and probably find it quite easily.
Yeah. I want to find it.
Yeah, you kind of.
I want to keep searching.
You like glance past the galley, still out of order. There's like a smaller storage room above the main cargo hold, and as you approach the door, you see like it's kind of like almost like it's locked from the inside. And you walk towards it, it like doesn't open. Usually this door like opens on its own.
Weird. I'll knock.
You give it a knock, you just hear like a voice from the inside. A familiar voice. Oh my god, man, are they gone?
Who gone?
Jedi, is that you?
Sort of.
You hear like some... The door opens and inside you see the R5 droid, like wrapped in pillowcases and heavily vandalized. He's like, get in here, close the door.
Okay.
As you get in, he like locks the door again with his little like slicer arm. Oh
What?
man, those kids, look what they did to me. They're
Yes,
monsters.
You look like shit.
I'm starting to get a real distaste for Chadver Fan.
Me too. Don't you worry, me too. Now, it's
Actually,
good that I found you, actually.
Forget all of that.
Forget all of
Z is not around to translate this.
that?
So all you hear is
Oh,
like panicked.
Alright, okay,
Whip, 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 whip. And he like spins around in place and like looks down a little bit. You can tell it's not happy with its state.
Can it not talk to me through the iPad on the front?
You see like a sad face pop up on the
Okay.
on the screen.
I mean, I bit can figure out pillowcases, sad droid.
Yeah, and it's locked itself in the storage room.
Yeah, I understand.
You see like a picture of Zakian pop up on the screen, and with like a big red cross through it.
Whoa, he's not dead.
And then a sad face pops up. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
We said going to try and find him.
Another sad face pops up.
I will make sure he doesn't zap you anymore.
Smiley face. Whip, 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 whip.
Now, I don't know how useful you are. How good are you at fixing things?
Whip, 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 whip. Seems like it could be possible. He's happy to try.
Okay, then I'm gonna gesture for him to come with me.
Whip, whip. It looks unsure, like kind of rolls its way over to the door. You see its head dome like peer around the room.
Don't worry, they won't touch you.
Whip, 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 whip. You're gonna have to clear a path for him as there's like 60 sleeping Chad Rafan on the floor.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, he follows you.
I'm not gonna be like gentle either. I'll just be walking through, just pushing them aside, just pushing and rolling them out of the way.
Yeah, every now and then someone's like, "Hey, what the hell, man?" we're tired, but
Get
they
back
don't
to
really.
sleep.
Yeah, they just kind of roll back over. They seem like they're way too tired to confront you about this.
Yeah.
And the
So-
droid follows you along.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna lead him towards the galley.
Whip, 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 whip. As soon as it sees the galley, you just hear whoa! Whip, whip, whip.
So, you can fix this.
You just see its head go.
Going to take
No.
that as a no.
Whip,
Shit.
whip.
Why can you not fix it? You're a droid.
Whip, whip, whip. It kind of like sparks its welding gun.
Yes, do that to fix it.
It like zooms past you and just starts welding the door closed. Whoop, 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 whoop. It's currently in the process of making the galley just unreachable for a certain amount until it's fixed, I guess.
I guess that will have to do. Technically fixed, you can't see the mess.
Whip, 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 whip. Spends like a few minutes, maybe even like 20 minutes, just kind of like making sure it's welded together all of your lightsaber scars through the main door. And you can clearly see like this door has been mullered, but for the time being it's just welded shut.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you, I guess.
Whoop, whoop.
You can
And it,
go
like-
back to hiding whatever it is you were doing.
He kind of like quickly drives, I guess, goes back over to the like other hidden cargo room. You see him like reverse back inside and lock the door behind him.
Okay. And then I'll make my way to the crew quarters.
All right, head to the crew quarters for a night's rest.
Indeed. Is there a spare bed?
Yeah, I would say that this is like the one room. I'm pretty sure Took said like don't go in the crew quarters.
Yeah, he did.
So this is like the one room where there's none of Zakin's family.
Yeah, okay. That's fine, yeah. Night's rest in there, please.
All
One
right,
wound?
so yeah, one wound. And Took and Kalal, is there anything you wanted to do before the first night's rest of the 2-day travel?
Just sleep for me.
Sleep for Kalal.
I think Took would try and find some sleep.
Cool. I will say, Kalal, if you're planning on sleeping in the medical bay like you usually do, you do have some company. But the medical bed is still yours if you want it.
Yes.
All right. But they're mostly, actually. I was going to say it's mostly the adults. Changed my mind. They've made this into the kids' room. I'm going to use a dark side point.
No.
As you walk in the door.
You don't get to do this.
I use a dark side point. As you open the door, it's just, you immediately spot the full, like, a good chunk of Zakin's younger siblings. And, like, you see a couple of them, like, rumble from their sleep as the noise of the door opens. And they kind of, like, look at you. Are you here to play Nightcrawlers? And then they kind of realize they're way too tired and just roll back over and fall to sleep. As you kind of like creep through, you're able to make it over to the bed and get a night's rest. All right. So, Took and Kalal, go ahead and heal a wound, remove all your stress. As all four of you find rest. You awake late the next day, as you went to sleep. Well, on your body clock, it would be late the next day. But obviously, in hyperspace, there's no like there's no like sunlight. I guess it is only the light of hyperspace and the regular ship lights. You can hear like Zakin's family. In fact, actually, Kalal, partway through your rest, you heard all of Zatkin's family wake up and leave the room, as they only need 3 hours sleep. And in fact, whilst you guys are sleeping, his family are going to go ahead and roll a mechanics check to fix the ship. So I gave them 3 green, I believe, before. And I'm not going to give them any black dice.
Is this going to be like when you wake up at like 7 a.m. because some families hired builders starting to work early in the morning? You just wake up to.
Oh no, guys, the roleplay is too real. We gotta.
Not enough fantasy for me.
Shit. Let me just see what this repairing the ship thing was. I know Dean uses this sometimes. Why can't I get it?
Get it up.
Why can't I find it? Oh, I don't know. I'm just gonna say that they repair the ship of like 3 wounds overnight.
I'll track that. They
spend some time, just patching together some of the broken pipes and loose wires, and some of the obvious damage. And they heal 3 wounds.
3.
Cool. So, yeah, you guys are, you're able to mostly sleep through the noise. You guys are probably quite exhausted considering the events of the previous day. It was a pretty long day for you guys. But you have basically a day and a half left of travel time. Is there anything that anyone would like to do early in this day?
How much space in the main cargo hold is there with all of these people around?
I mean, when they're awake, they're around the ship, like, just helping,
Yeah.
They're cleaning up. Like, this ship, you guys haven't really had a proper chance. It's still full of, like, old junk from Treks. So, I would say that, like, they're probably going through and, like, sorting through the scrap metal. These guys, they have, like, a good knowledge of what is valuable scrap and what is junk. And they're kind of like sorting it into different piles, and all the crap junk, they ask, like, should we just flush this? And they gesture towards the trash compartment. This is just junk.
Not while we're in hyperspace, no.
It's fine, you can do that. They'd ask you as well, Took, because they kind of know you're the captain as well.
If it's not worth anything, yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's just junk. It's no point having this around. Whoever owns this ship is a real hoarder.
Can I check before they throw anything away that my training droid isn't in there?
You actually do spot your training droid in the pile. No, sorry, not your training droid, but like the crude dummies you'd made.
Yeah. Oh, they're fine. Yeah, they can go.
They bin those, but the training droid's still there. You've got that. That's still around. But
no.
they every now and then you hear the sound of, like, we'll say a flushing toilet. I don't know what. Yeah, like a big psh as an airlock is opened, and like a whole bunch of junk is just dumped into space. And you know what? For one morning of cleaning the ship, it's beginning to look a lot nicer. The hallways are less cluttered. They're focusing on that main kind of like ring hallway around the ship for now.
Okay.
All right.
Can I go up to the little room where the droid is again?
Yeah, easy.
But I just want to take the little training ball.
Yeah, you got the little training droid.
Yeah, and then I'll just sit up and just do a little bit of training with the new saber.
Yeah, so anyone around would definitely hear like this kind of like you've noticed this as well but now you didn't really notice this the first time you lit it because you was in combat, but like the sound of your saber now is a lot like deeper and crackly and like violent. As you light it, you see some of Zatkin's family kind of like side-eye you and then just like move away. Move away to another room. And the room kind of clears out pretty quickly, actually. I don't know if any of the rest of you guys would be in the cockpit, but if you were, you would certainly see and hear as Bit you kind of like trigger the droid to float up. What difficulty are you setting it to? Beginner, Padawan, Knight, Master. What are you going for?
We'll go Master.
Oh gosh,
He's not
okay.
earned the rank of Master yet.
I've skipped that.
You have earned the rank of Master, but you will not sit on this council.
This
All
is
right.
unfair.
This unfair. Outrageous.
But I feel like
All right.
when Bit was doing this sort of training thing, it's a lot less elegant now.
Yeah, you can totally describe that once you've rolled. So
Yeah.
this is going to be a 4 purple difficulty check because you are setting it to the hardest difficulty.
Okay.
This is really going to test your lightsaber skills.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay, so you just want a lightsaber skill check, right?
I do. I want a lightsaber skill check, sir.
Whoa.
Oh, that's a
Triumph
critical.
is-
That's a triumph.
Triumph
yeah.
is coming clutch.
Bit, describe to us how your lightsaber form looks right now.
I mean, from before, it would always be like two-handed, more of just trying to be not so defensive, but just like concentrating on accuracy. Whereas now, it's just single-handed, just aggressive slashing to deflect the bolts back.
Mm.
And as before, like I don't know if you've just seen the artwork, like Bip has sort of like the Anakin stance, like this. Instead of it being two-handed, it is now just one-handed.
All right. And yeah, as you say, like you're probably a lot more reckless in deflecting the bolts. And it's a good job Zatkins family cleared out this room because some of them fly off and just hit random areas of the Crate Fang. One of the nice piles of scrap metal that Zatkins family had begun to make, you just deflect and it just smashes into it. And some of the scrap spills out onto the floor. But you eventually not deflect one of the bolts directly back and it hits the droid square in the sensor and it drops to the ground.
This new one feels good.
Yeah. Feels pretty good right now. I'm going to go ahead and say that you're going to have +1 blue dice for the next combat.
Okay.
Because you crit on that training.
Okay. Cool.
So just remember that next time we're in lightsaber
Yeah,
combat.
I'll remember. In that case, after that, I'll just go and sit in the cockpit.
All right.
And just chill in there because I feel like no one's in there at the moment.
I'll tell you what. I'll say not the next time we're in lightsaber combat, but for the rest of this session in lightsaber combat. No, fuck it. Because we'll figure out. But you're gonna get +1 blue dice on lightsaber combat because of that. I like that.
All right.
You crit.
Cool.
I'm just All right.
I'm gonna DM it to you.
So you go and sit down, take a rest. Happy days. So the morning passes. The Zamazinte family crack on at work. Perhaps some of you join in. Perhaps some of you don't. Just guide them. Is there anything anyone would like to do for the rest of this day?
I would like to find Kalal.
Mm-hmm.
And see if he's alone.
Kalal, where would he find you, son?
Trying anywhere that I could be alone away from these fucking kids.
Yeah, so I would say that would probably be in the crew quarters when no one else is in there. That's your best bet at the moment.
Yeah, I'd go in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. With your 3 bunk beds.
I kind of walk in, make sure
Just
no
on
one
my
else,
bed.
no one else is around. And then, are you like in one of the bunks?
I'd probably be like maybe sat on one of the edges of the bunks, just kind of on my pad.
I kind of like walk to the other side of the room, lean up against one of the bunks. So we're taking them to the rebellion.
Is the door closed?
It can be if you want it to be.
you close the door?
I'll go over and close it.
Yeah, close it. No problem.
What do you have to say about that?
Honestly, I do not think that it is the worst call, considering who is after them, but I am concerned at how they may react when they find out, or Took.
Well, Took's an easy one. Throw a
I
few
could,
credits his way, and he will do whatever you want.
between you and me, I also have a large bag of spice.
Ah, that's good to know.
Spice.
The family, well, they don't really have much of a choice because, like it or not, they will, especially now, be fugitives of the Empire. They will, at the very least, be searching for them, and if they are caught, they will be interrogated, and Imperial interrogation is not just simple questioning. I fear that the smaller ones will not survive it. So it's their best option.
I agree. I've tried to not form any alliances. I have taken jobs from the rebellion against the rebellion. I think that this is their best chance at survival. I am curious at how you acquired this information.
I am happy to inform, but first I'd ask you a question. How did you know?
You told me
Oh, did
when
I?
you was
When?
poisoned, you said that if you were unable to deliver the information to Nebula, that I was to do so. That was the information that you gave to me.
I see, I don't remember that. It was all very hazy. My memory is weak, fragmented of that day. Those days, really. I don't know why I would tell you that. That would be giving up my only chance of survival.
I assume it was to ensure that Nebula gets her payment.
It is true.
None of the
If
others
I was...
know.
Well, that's good. Why didn't you tell anyone?
I have secrets of my own, and it was not mine to tell.
Yes, I overheard your conversation with the droid that we found. I won't pry, but clearly you have something going on.
I will tell you. I just need some time to figure some things out for myself.
I understand that. I told you how I found out, or I told you I would tell you, and I meant my word. When we were on Kashyyyk, when the rebels came to our aid, I'm sure you remember I had a conversation with the Azure leader.
Affirmative.
She informed me. I am quite capable of getting information out of people without force.
I'm aware that you are very well equipped when it comes to conversation, but that seems like a big leap.
That is a fair comment. I have history with the rebellion. A very... I can't find the word for once. A difficult relationship. But a relationship no less.
Will this relationship come back on the rest of us?
No. No, it will not.
I guess we're already not on the best terms with the Empire, so it probably wouldn't matter anyway.
That is true. I've never known any member of the rebellion to turn down someone in need. And we have about 60 people in need on our ship right now. They will see to it that they are taken care of, I'm sure.
Our other suggestion from Took was slavery, so this is definitely a better option.
Marginally so, yes.
I will tell you everything, Carlisle. Just not now.
Take the time that you need. We all have baggage.
And with that, I think I'm gonna leave and go back into my cupboard.
Kalal, you watch as he walks out of the room and into the cupboard across the hallway.
Imagine there's a moment of awkward looks at each other, you know, when you walk the same way as someone after saying goodbye as the doors just close.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, and Kalal, you're alone for a moment in the in the crew quarters. If there's anything you would like to do, as the sort of like as we get closer to the evening of this this first day of travel, you probably got about like half a day's travel left. Like the end of your once you guys wake up from your rest, you'll be nearing your location, your destined location.
I'm gonna wait till the evening, and people have kind of begun to go to sleep.
That's fine. Is there anyone else wanting to do anything between as the day sort of like wraps up and you see Zakin's family like eating through now what would be the second third of your supplies?
Took would be looking into the kitchen supply to look if there's anything he can ferment.
The galley, as you go, Took, you head to the galley to look for like snacks in the kitchen. As you walk to the door, where before it was just kind of damaged and you could kind of like wedge it open and get inside, it's now welded shut.
Oh, this is not fixing it. Is anyone nearby?
You see some of Zakin's family kind of like settling down for the evening.
I look around, I get my flamethrower out, and seeing where the newly welded thing is, I'm gonna flame torch them.
Try and like melt it open again.
Yeah.
You see as some of Zakin's family like, oh, and they'll like scoot away from the door. They all look pretty heavily traumatized at this point by your fucking actions as your this chaotic crew. I'll say go ahead and roll. How much damage is that?
It does.
The light flamer.
It does. 5 damage.
5 damage, and it has the blast 1, right?
It does. Blast 2.
Plus 2. So that means it does 2 damage to everything nearby, right?
It does, yeah.
So as you open up with the flamer on the door, you watch as the flames kind of lick off it, and you do notice those fresh welds beginning to like melt away as you give it just one last blast, and the flames begin to lick round, and you see like bits of the Crate Fang's wiring and pipes beginning to fray and melt as the Crate Fang takes 2 wounds from the blast feature. You see some of like Zach's family like, oh, we just fixed those.
Oh, we fix it again.
We'll do it in the morning. As you kick the door, and at this point, it's taken so much punishment that it just falls off the hinges, and Zeeb like explodes. The door just like falls off the hinges. Not even the hinges at this point. Like, yeah, it kind of falls into 4 parts. Like it's been sliced horizontally, vertically, welded shut, and now flamed open. It kind of just falls out into 4 pieces onto the ground. And you now see the full extent of the damage that Bip Bip caused. Like, it's almost like he went out of his way to destroy as much of this room as he possibly could. The sink, the cupboards, the refrigerator, the table, the chairs, the walls, the floor, the ceiling are scarred.
Well, I guess I've not got too much love
They
for
don't
this
exist.
ship. Anyway, where's the snacks? I can start rummaging through, and took a little bit on edge. Not on edge, but just a little. He's in the throes of frustration. He's gonna start eating. Eating more than he probably should.
What I'll say is, you do actually find in one of the cupboards, as you open, like, you see one of the doors like half hanging off, and you see this kind of like white, like thing. You've not seen it before. Use a dark side point. You see this like popped corn. As you open the like cupboard, which hinges already hanging off, you see like this bag of like corn kernels that have been sliced in half, and you vaguely make out the label Mantel Mix on the side. As you see like this heavily burned Mantel Mix from the blade of the lightsaber that struck directly through it, popping some of the kernels but leaving some of them completely burnt and unusable.
I just get my vibro knife out, slam it into the side, and I just not the Mantel Mix. And he's just gonna start eating frustratedly. And if he can't find anything he can ferment, because he was thinking about.
I would say that unfortunately, any like fruits and things you had have been eaten already, because they were like the best thing to go for that didn't need to be cooked. So you struggle to find something fermentable at this point in the journey. The main sort of food left are like dried meats and things like that, which are just not that great to eat cold, but they're kind of having to at this point.
Kind of used to it. Being from Cirilla, he's gonna start. He's gonna eat more than he probably should for one.
Yes, so we'll say that you go through like 2-3 people's worth of food.
For just
you kind of see some of Zakin's family kind of like eyeing you awkwardly as you're clearly scoffing down on the limited rations.
And then he's gonna go fuck off into the lounge.
Just put your feet up.
Yeah.
As Zakin's family kind of like sit around you, like awkwardly trying to sleep. But if that's where you wish to spend the rest of your evening, you're able to slip into a night's rest there on a full stomach.
Yep.
All right. I'd say because you overindulged and had a really large meal, you're feeling good. Heal 2 wounds.
Oh, nice.
I'm feeling generous tonight. All right. Is there anything anyone else would like to do on this last bit of travel before you wake up and arrive at your destination?
I'm going to apply a repair patch.
Yeah, feel free.
Cool.
You can patch yourself up, perhaps using some of the spare bits you found from IG-88, like some actuators and some different like
I have like
ball
some
bearings and
lenses
stuff.
that I repair.
Yeah, repair your lenses. You kind of like literally like unplug your eye, like you twist it and it comes out. You're able to like slot a new one in and twist it.
They've needed to be repaired for a while.
Yeah, cool. Nice flavour to a repair kit there.
How much does that heal? 3 wounds, cool.
Carlo, you look like you want to do something.
I do indeed.
What do you want to do, boy?
I want to kind of wait until most of the the night has come and people are heading to sleep. Oh fuck!
Yeah, we're dogs. We're absolutely dogs.
Jesus.
He's
Partying,
got
man.
to hydrate. We had a Nat Wonders company party on the weekend, so
It was a business affair.
yeah, it was tax deductible.
Got to say it on the stream for legal reasons.
Boys.
So I'm gonna go and find the droid, which I'm assuming if it's in that little room, I'm passing it every time I go to the medical bay, right? If it's in there.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna go and find it.
I would say that like it's easy enough. Like if you look long enough, there's only so many rooms. You go up to that door and it is locked. It doesn't open. And you know as well that this door usually just kind of opens when you approach it.
Okay. Gonna knock on the door again.
You give it a knock and you hear from inside like, "Whip, whip, 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 whip."
Yes, it's me. I need to get back to my room again, please.
Whip, 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 whip. Opens the door for you.
Okay, I'll step in, and as I go to walk past, I'll stop.
I didn't realise that's how the layout was. Sorry.
Actually, I need you for something. Are you capable of reading data discs?
Whip, 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 whip.
What does that mean? Yes? Okay, good. Is there anyone else in this compartment?
No. It's quiet. All of the children are asleep in the next room over. All the family are not able to get into this room right now.
Can you ensure that the doors are locked?
He goes over and like you see that little like, arm extend and the kind of like shifting circles rotate round and the doors seal.
As he's doing it, I'm gonna open up my cloak and go into one of the pockets
All right.
and pull out the data disc.
Small white plastic data disc.
Let's see what's on this thing, huh?
You see like a little port opens up on the front of him, right below the screen that Zakin had implanted, I guess.
Right, I'm gonna go over. I'll kneel down and put the disc up to it.
Kind of like inputs in, and you hear like a couple of like beep, 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 load-in noises, and then you start to see information start flashing up on the screen. Classified information with regards to the rebellion. You do actually, funny enough, see a map of the galaxy. And on that map, you see a couple of systems highlighted. One of them, you notice immediately, highlighted red, the Hoth system. You've seen that before on this droid.
Huh.
Another system flashes red, the Yavin system. Specifically one of the moons. You're not sure which moon that correlates to on a real galactic map, but is one of them. You also see Endor highlighted in red. And then the map disappears. And the screen flashes black again. And then like this kind of like decal of like the Rebel Alliance kind of like, I don't know if you would have seen the Rebel Alliance logo. I suppose you would have at some point.
Would it have been on the X-Wings?
Yeah, you would have seen it on the X-Wings. That flashes up. And then you see designation Fulcrum. The following information is for Princess Organa's eyes. Please ensure it's safe delivery and that this is not disclosed. And then you see a list of names. You see Lieutenant Alexander, Death Star Defense Fleet. See another name, Agent Callus, Imperial Security Bureau. And then you see a third name, Ahsoka Tano, ex-Jedi.
Yeah.
And then it flashes away. And then you actually see one more flash.
Can you send that to me?
Yeah, I'll send you it. And then you see the R5 accesses its own memory core. And you hear it. And you see like kind of like a rough kind of like galactic battle sequence. And you see kind of like battle plans and tactics that are frequently used by rebel pilots in combat. Kind of like, you know, like almost like football plays. And then you also see even more information. The location of a X-Wing supplier for the Rebel Alliance. A ship factory that somehow is undercover building ships for the Rebellion. And then you hear the R5 droid kind of like rotates its head a few times. And then the screen goes black. And it seems like that is all the information. I've just sent you that as well.
Hero security.
As the flap on the front of the R5 droid opens again, and you see that kind of like white plastic data disk get pushed back out.
Hmm. Not what I expected, but oh. Thank you. I was unable to access this before.
Whip, 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 whip.
You will have to have your memory wiped.
It's like shakes his head.
It is imperative for the rebellion.
You see like a sad face pop up on the screen.
I'm sure you want to forget exactly what happened to you in regards to our mechanic. Apologies about him.
You see like Zatkin's face pop up with the cross through it again.
Who else knows about the information that has been stored on you? Anyone?
Doesn't seem to be able to communicate that with you. That level of detail. In fact, you do see like just a picture of the Rebel like Alliance logo on the screen.
This did not happen. You are not to disclose this to the rest of my group. or what I have in my possession. Understood?
Make a charm check. Or perhaps... Is there a leadership check? Am I right in remembering that?
There is a leadership.
I would accept charm or leadership. And I'm gonna make this just an average check.
Alright.
Go for it.
Oh, is it rolled?
I don't think so.
Okay, sometimes it's just a bit weird.
Sometimes it... Whoa!
Oh, Jesus.
There's a light side dice there for some reason.
I
But
think I
we can
clicked
ignore
it
that.
because...
Wow. Bro, you got... I didn't realize your leadership skill was so high. Oh my gosh. You just see like a thumbs up sign on the... In fact, actually, he does that thing that BB-8 does. He like flicks out his lighter. Ting. Whip, 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 whip. Whoop. Seems like he's on board.
Good. Operative.
Whip, whip, whip.
And with that, I'll slip the disc back into my cloak.
Take it back. Easy peasy. And he kind of like backs up into a corner and just kind of like shuts down. Rests.
And with that, I will return to the med bay.
Okay, so as you guys have this final rest, those of you who haven't already healed your wound for today, go ahead. Took, obviously you healed too. You guys are awake right as that, as the ship is about to reach its destination. Make your way to the cockpit. Unless anyone objects to that.
I mean, I'm already there.
So you'd all go to the cockpit?
That's where I slept.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah,
okay.
I did that.
So. As the ship drops out of hyperspace.
Oh, I like that.
As you look in hyperspace, before you, you see the Yavin system. A bright, burning gas giant planet. Orange in colour and large in size. Surrounding it are many moons. You count at least 4 which are covered in dense, forest-like vegetation. One of them stands out as rocky and barren with a large crater as if something had impacted it. To spend time on these moons in a galaxy at peace would probably be delightful. From this distance, you make out faint structures on the surface of a few of the moons. And oddly, you do see a fair amount of ship traffic here as a large Mon Calamari star cruiser seems to be allowing many smaller vessels to board. The ship contacts you through your radio and you hear a broken message come through a signal. The battle was... We need... Retreat! The Empire... They're going to fire the... As the message fades, the starship blinks into hyperspace, clearly leaving behind dozens of stranded starships who are attempting to board. And that's when you see it. The fifth moon. It looks off because that's no moon. You see it now. The Death Star. The super weapon that you had seen in the background of the Imperial transmission so long ago in your journey is now looming in space before you. You watch as a bright green array of lasers meet at a single focal point before blasting an enormous laser towards the central gas giant of the Yavin system. It and the surrounding moons are decimated, along with the shuttles who had clearly been left behind. You feel the blast wave rock through the ship as your systems flicker on and off, the Zamazinte family scream and duck for cover. But after the initial shock, there is only silence. As before you, where you had seen a system moments ago, there is now nothing but an asteroid field. And as you look out, you see it. What you had mistakenly, well, what at first glance appeared to be a barren, craggy moon is in fact the Death Star.
Oh.
And it just hangs there in space. You see like residual energy in the main cannon, that large crater.
Alan, what's that?
What the hell are you guys doing right now? As you do start to see now, through the wreckage of this colossal asteroid field where there was a system, grey triangles looming in the sky as what you take to be
Get that damn map computer off!
Death Star Defense Fleet.
Fuck.
So we still need to go.
I
Right
got
now.
to ship around, set course for, I don't know, Korriban just to get us out of here.
You quickly flick your chair around to the nav computer, set in the destination of Korriban, punch it. As you experience that, and you immediately
It's north.
Korriban? Did you just do Korriban?
you just turn around and fly
the closest
away
place.
from here, anywhere but here, right?
Anyway, but when we find out what Korriban is,
We won't go all the way. We don't have to go all the way there. I just needed somewhere.
I think we should go to Korriban.
Yeah, we should definitely go to Korriban, guys.
Alright.
Not with a fucking dark Jedi. No, thank you. That's the worst place for to take Bip right now. Oh my god.
And as you guys fly away from total destruction with a family of hungry Chad, lost for words, I think we have to end it there, guys.
Oh my
For tonight.
god. Was this a knock-on effect of what Kalal did? Perhaps?
I cannot believe that we have just witnessed the Death Star.
That
Yeah,
what it can do.
yeah.
As soon as you were like, we need to go to Yavin, in my notes I was like, holy shit, they're going to Yavin.
Oh my god.
I literally wrote, if they go there, they will see the fucking Death Star there. It has not been destroyed. Oh my god, fuck.
I hadn't even thought. Do you know what? Regardless of like what we'd influenced, it hadn't even crossed my mind that the fight in A New Hope is at Yavin.
Yeah. Because I googled the Yavin system, and I read that that's where the Death Star gets destroyed, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is where I divulge from the canon. This is where we go off the rails, boys.
We have gone off the rails. Fuck canon.
I've just looked up what Korriban is.
Yeah. Have you seen what Korriban is? Yeah, we need to go there. We need to go there.
No way. No way.
Yeah, we need to go there.
Well,
I think it's a great place to go.
we will
to
find
refuel.
out next time
Oh my
on
God.
Natural Wonders. We will be here next Monday, I believe.
Yes.
Follow us on Twitter. Please follow on Twitch, guys. If anyone is watching right now who hasn't already, I would appreciate it. It's the best way to support the channel. Also by joining our Discord, using the links in the Discord to look at all our socials, and just share the show with your friends. If you've got a friend who loves Star Wars, share it with them. We would really, really appreciate it. It has been one hell of an episode.
Wow.
I'm so glad you guys went where you went today, because that was something that I'd been planning from day one. Like, something that I'd had the idea of doing. That was where I always knew I was going to diverge from the canon quite severely.
So the
You're
Death
on the
Star's not
darkest timeline.
darkest timeline, yeah, where the Death Star doesn't get destroyed.
The Death Star is very much alive, and the Rebellion are not doing so good, it seems.
Could have gone to Naboo.
I think
Oh
I
my
know
God,
what
now
this
we can erase the last
Wait,
three
wait.
episodes.
When I actually thought this might have happened. I thought we might have got there and seen it destroyed, because I, partway through the episode, started to remember what Kalal said about Yavin to a particular person.
He might have divulged the location of it to someone at some point, yes.
Oh my god.
That was good.
This is
Wow.
brilliant.
That
I
was
like
good
it.
fun.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am gonna just pop a raid, but I will do our regular
XP.
outro. Oh, XP, yeah, good idea. I'm gonna go ahead and say 5 across the board, boys. 5 XP for everyone. Is there anything that anyone believes they did that deserves extra XP?
My crit in my Jedi, in my Sith
I'm already
training.
rewarding you separately for that, so
Yeah,
I'm not
you
gonna...
are, to be fair. So yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. I accept that.
I don't know if this counts because I technically got XP for it last session, but I did like sift through the IG. And
Yeah,
get all that.
I would say you all...
I did kind of already cash out on getting the droid, so.
I would say you did... That is a significant part of your backstory that you've learned about, so you can have 5 for that.
Okay. He is merciful today.
Minus 2 XP for torching the ship,
Yeah.
says Woody.
What does that mean for me then?
Anyone else feel like they deserve anything extra? I think Ewan is just too shell-shocked to even think. Guys, we will see you next Monday. Please stay safe, look after yourself, and may the Force be with you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh my god.
I'm traumatized.